Hello, and welcome to the April 1st edition of Success by Association Live. Today's issue is sponsored by Visit Greenville, North Carolina. We thank them for their support of AENC. Today's article is written by Vidya Rahman and is reprinted with permission. The article is titled, "The Invisible Handcuffs: How Fear Silently Sabotages Success." We all want to fulfill our potential and achieve our goals. Who doesn't, right? But along our journey, we often hit roadblocks and fall short of our targets. Why? It could be due to situational factors or because we unknowingly self-sabotage. The latter is more common than you would think. When we make decisions, especially in pivotal moments like speaking up in an important strategic conversation at work, expressing the value we bring, or asking for a raise, we stay with what's comfortable instead of embracing the uncomfortable. Often we are so conditioned for safety that our choice does not even register as a fear response. This invisible handcuff is a distant cousin of the obvious in-your-face fear. The sad truth is that the more we go with playing safe, we limit our growth and success. Yes, at times our fears are well-founded, and to gauge that accurately, we have to develop our capacity to discern and differentiate between the real and the imagined. Never forget, everything you want is on the other side of fear. Jack Canfield. Let's consider the most common invisible fear response: loss aversion. It is a psychological bias where people tend to feel the pain of losing something more intensely than the pleasure of gaining the same thing. We fear losing the familiar and exaggerate the impact of the loss compared to the potential for real gain with the unfamiliar. This self-sabotaging behavior leads us to choose inaction, sticking with what we know, and avoiding risks. When in the grip of the bias, we ignore the steep price of inaction. And for that, we pay dearly and sacrifice our potential. Before making an important decision, ask yourself, have I considered the cost of inaction? Not acting often has a bigger price tag. It keeps us from reaching our goals. Ask yourself, is this fear of the unfamiliar rational? Write it down, analyze it, and list the pros and cons. By doing so, you can make more objective decisions and take steps towards significant achievements. I recall the first Toastmasters meeting where I was called to speak on stage. I crashed and burned because all I wanted to do was impress and hold on to my brand as a successful professional in the company. I wanted safety and did not want to risk failure. Fail I did. Looking back, I'm so glad I failed at the first attempt because going with the uncomfortable is what helped me realize my full potential. I am now living my dream as a professional speaker after a long corporate career. I shared this story not to impress you, but to impress upon you to step outside your comfort zone and enable you to write your own success story. Moving on, it's bad enough that we are plagued by loss aversion during pivotal moments. According to Daniel Kahneman, Nobel Prize winner and grandfather of behavioral economics, we also regularly contend with three other fear-based biases: status quo bias, sunk cost fallacy, and negativity bias. The status quo bias makes individuals prefer staying the same over change. The sunk cost fallacy leads people to continue investing in a decision due to past investments rather than future benefits. Negativity bias causes people to focus more on negative experiences or information, increasing fear responses as the brain is wired to react more strongly to potential threats. When your fear appears to be well-founded. Sometimes fear responses appear to be well-founded, such as fear of repercussions in an unhealthy or toxic work environment. In such situations, staying silent may help you get by, but is it helping you become successful? Questions to ask yourself. Am I taking things too personally? Is there concrete evidence to support my feelings? How might others view this situation? What could be the other person's intent? Why am I feeling this way? Identify the root cause of your emotions: fear, insecurity, past experiences, etc. In conclusion, the next time you're at a decision-making moment, recognize when fear is holding you back and take an objective look at your decision. By doing so, you'll not only gain career momentum, but also contribute to a more dynamic and successful workplace. A win-win all around. Stay bold, stay brave, and achieve greatness. That concludes this article. We hope you have a great rest of your day.